Back on the Porch pregame show, Zach Bayruti joined by Porch starting pitcher Rob Gilliam. And Rob, a terrific effort the other night in San Jose. You got that 18-inning game started. I gave up 4 runs in the first, but retired 17 in a row to get into the 7th inning. You're in a pretty good groove there.
Yeah, I mean, after that first inning, the first inning was a little rough, but then after that I kind of found my release point and kept the ball down, and the defense really helped me out. They made some good plays out there.
What does it feel like as a pitcher to be in that type of groove where you just seem to be cruising along? Do you think about that? Does it get in your head, or do you just kind of keep doing what you're doing?
I mean, for me, I just try to keep filling up the zone with strikes. I mean, I was trying to get deep into the game, so I wasn't really thinking too much about anything except throwing strikes.
In the month of April, your ERA was a shade over 5, but you got that ERA down in the month of May and maybe settling in a bit. Do you feel like you're settling in, getting into a bit more of a groove here in the Cal League now?
Definitely. I mean, I think lately I've been able to keep the ball down a lot better. I mean, in this league, you can't really leave pitches up. I mean, that's the big thing. And at the start of the season, the majority of my pitches were the upper part of the strike zone, and now I'm able to work it down. So.
Last year in Kane County, 7-6 at 3.89 ERA, 101 strikeouts to 35 walks, a really good ratio. Do you feel like you're building on some success that you had last year in Midwest League?
Yeah, definitely. Last year was my first year as a starter, and I learned a lot, and I'm trying to continue learning and continue building on what happened last year. And yeah.
From Virginia, right? And you went to UNC Greensboro, live in Chapel Hill now. Talk about being out in California. Is this your first time out in California?
Actually, I lived for 6 years in San Jose. So yeah. So it's not my first time, and it's kind of cool. I mean, I've had some high school friends come out to the games, so that's been pretty nice.
Talk about being a pitcher in the California League. I've asked a couple of pitchers this now, but a little bit different than most other leagues, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely different. There's always the wind's such a big factor out here. I mean, you definitely didn't have that at the Midwest League. Just every park, it's like the wind's blowing out. So that's why I said keeping the ball down is just such a big part of the game.
What was it like being back out in San Jose on the hill? I didn't realize that you had spent a lot of time in San Jose, but did you have some friends and family come out?
Yeah, I had a bunch. It was pretty cool having them. They hadn't seen me pitch since my junior year of high school, so it was pretty cool playing in front of them. A bunch of the guys I played with in high school were out there, so it was nice.
Some goals that you have set for yourself for this season coming in after a successful year in Kane County. What are some of the things you hope to accomplish personally this year?
I mean, I'd like to have a good ERA, but I mean, overall, just things I can control are just walks, and I mean, I'm trying to get a lot more ground balls and fly balls, so just working on keeping the ball down.
Take us inside your repertoire a little bit. What are the pitches that feel the best for you when you're out there?
I mean, I throw a lot of fastballs, but then I also throw a changeup, slider, and curveball. I mean, whatever's working that day, it's kind of the way I go.
Any particular pitch that you're developing more than others? Yeah,
the changeup right now is the one that I'm working the most on. It's kind of my fourth pitch, but I want it to be the second pitch because it's so important to have a changeup so you can keep guys off balance.
Talk about the grip on that changeup a bit. I know Straley, I talked to him, and he's figuring out his grip, and he seems to have found one that works for him. What's the grip on the change that works for you?
Right now I'm going with like a 4-seam grip, which is almost like a 3-finger fastball. It's pretty much how I'm holding it. Just I need something I can throw for a strike and be able to repeat it every time. So I'm not really as concerned about the movement right now as putting it in the zone.
All right, Rob. Well, thanks for hanging out here for a few minutes, and good luck the rest of the way, and thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
That's Porch starting pitcher Rob Gilliam. We'll come back with the starting pitching matchup next here on KWSX.